sheep-eating Kylers. In the first of our new series of Rucksack and Rifle, Tim Pilbeam is mounting up and heading off after wild boar with a liking for lamb.
I don't know whether I should be dressed to the left or to the right. Which is better, do you think?
Got the wrong speed.
Pheasant ready shooting. Ben Husthwaite talks us through a driven target, plus offers some game shooting advice.
It's all going to be, biomechanics and body movement and understanding how to create that kick through the bird.
We have news, we have hunting YouTube. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain. In the world of hunting, Argentina is best known for dove shooting. On this trip, it's just the appetizer. We've travelled north from Buenos Aires to the vast livestock farmlands in the northeast corner. It should take 8 hours, but recent unseasonal rains have turned the dirt roads into gloop. The main reason for being here is wild boar, true European wild boar. They're not like this grumpy mixed heritage domestic pig. Oh no, they're the ones introduced a century ago that are now killing livestock. Lambs, full-grown sheep, and even calves are being taken.
Carlos, we've seen several carcasses littered around the place. Tell me about it. Are these boar actually taking sheep or?
Yeah, this is a big sheep, and we just seen another one just over there, and has been taken this week. And between last month and this month, we lost around 20. So
we lost 20 sheep.
Yeah.
And those are predominantly probably lambs.
Lambs, probably. Yeah. Yes.
But they're these boar, they're happy to take.
Yeah, anything. And this is all what is left. So for the farmer, it's a big loss.
So that's why the farmers don't want boar here at all.
Massive issue. We know a lot of people around the area that they complain. The neighbor just next door, he brings them every evening and put them in enclosure just to make sure that he doesn't lose any.
Wow! Woo! The chase is on!
With such losses, the farmers want the pigs gone, but our host Carlos is trying to manage the numbers through hunting, hence the invitation.
Whoa.
Carlos lives in the UK and watches Fieldsports Britain. He wants us to witness firsthand his incredible hunting style, so asked us to join him on his summer trip home.
We've got the gauchos with us, we've got about 5 or 6 dogs. The dog chase the boar, they hold it, they chase it, and then you've got to jump off the horse and get in the bush and shoot it.
Tim mentioned dogs, and in the past we've seen pedigree hounds being trained to face fire-breathing boar. Not here. We have a motley crew of street dogs led by a collie. He's the brains of the operation, and his crew follow his lead. Within 30 minutes we have our first contact.
Can't shoot because of the dogs. There's dogs all around the boar. Oh, the boar's gone to my right. Okay. Wow, this is so exciting. Suddenly the dogs have got the boar, and the last occasion I saw the boar, but I couldn't shoot it. I mean, it's a fairly reasonably straightforward shot, but there's dogs running everywhere. Shoot it, no! I'm not shooting a dog, so he's obviously ran off somewhere else. So I thought we can do this on horseback, but it's like we're doing it on horseback and running a marathon at the same time through this really unhospitable prickles and everything else. My chaps are actually stripping me up as well, so a lot of excuses coming out here, but my god, this is so exciting. Time to go again. After you, Carlos.
So one of the things I was telling you is how fast everything goes. The dogs, they bark, you charge, you look for the first, we look for a safe position to be, because you know it was a big one, so to be in front of that is quite challenging. And here we go. Watch out the dog, no.
I can't shoot that. Where's you ready? Yeah. Wow. I don't know how far we run, but have we run a couple of miles?
I think so.
Carlos, the mad Argentinian wielding
we lost the big one, but it was another one over there, and another one. So, and this is we just went maybe 500-600 meters from where we were before. So, I think the morning paid off.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll see more.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see more.
Well, what is amazing about it is the one minute the dogs will be barking and got the boar bayed up.
Yeah.
Then it's off again, and we're rushing after it again, then it slows down again, rushing again, then suddenly it goes quiet, and then suddenly we kind of stumble upon it and it's there right in the thicket. And once again, it's actually not easy shooting, you know, trying to find a beast in that thicket there, because you know, trying to identify the front and the rear, it's very, very dark and a very, very dark environment. So it's,
we needed to make sure that was safe for everyone, and I think it was good. So let's go and have a look.
Well, that's, I mean, to me, to start on a horse, which is absolutely this amazing thing anyway. Yeah. I mean, I'm a typical English farmer. You know, I live by diesel and petrol, so everything is in a car or tractor or machinery. You know, to go straight back to basics on a gaucho horse and going through these thickets is just absolutely amazing, you know. Yeah.
I think the adrenaline that I told you before, it was Titi! Yeah, he's looking for the horses.
We've lost the horses.
No,
but I think we're a long way from home. But also the horses, they pick. They know where to go. And
as I said before, they do know, they feel the adrenaline, they exactly know what we want. They will never make a move to put you off the horse. Yeah. It's just they know what we want. So the only thing you got to be aware, you know, these bushes, they're quite nasty.
I can't. I mean, I'm sorry,
but
I cannot lose my gaucho. This has been given to me. I got guard this in my life, but I actually a couple of times lost it at a tree, so I had to run back and get it. So that's why I was a bit slow behind you. But I'm not going to lose that.
I'm glad that we made it, and I'm sure we will see more.
Yeah.
But maybe we can go and have a.
Let's have a look at it, shall we?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it was just a small one, but I'm sure he'll get a big one later. A ver, vamos a mirar primero. Let's see where did you...
This with the back of the neck, yeah.
Dejar filmar. There you, this thing.
Yeah.
Just at the back of the...
Yeah.
So you did
but that's where the aim point, the red dot is. You just put the dot on it, no matter where the dot is, and the bullet will go there. So it's very, very useful when it's so dark. Yeah. Yeah. With the reticle, with the black reticle, you can't see it. So that's where the red dot really, really makes a difference.
But these are European boar, aren't they, Carlos?
Yes, they've been introduced for hunting 100 years ago. In Corrientes now, these ones are considered pests. They do a lot of damage. When with crops, and they do attack lambs, sometimes even calf when they get stuck in the mud. Young cattle, when they get stuck in the mud, they have no way to move.
Really?
So they really do.
And we talked about the disease with pig.
Yeah, there is a disease that is mostly for humans.
Yep.
So before it's ready for consumption, we really have to test it, to make sure that it's free of diseases. And this size, it goes well on the barbecue. So what he's doing is we're going to tie it to the horse. So he's making the so he put it on the back of the horse.
Wow.
So you can make your comment.
Well, I've got to say that's the most exciting boar hunting I've done. As I said, horses then rushing through these bushes is amazing. But the problem is it's so prickly. You know, it's pretty hard conditions. Also, you'll be quite fit as well. And I think one of the probably the most testing things is the safety part of it, because you've got dogs everywhere. I had gauchos dotted around. I've got no idea where they were, so I had to completely rely on Carlos to say yes or no. And that's why we came around and actually got it from a different angle. But that really is quite frightening. So I think it's not for the faint-hearted. I think you need to be quite an experienced shot. You need to have good guys around you. I keep asking, is it safe, is it safe? No, yes. And I keep on doing that, which is not everybody's cup of tea, I must admit, but that's what is life. Then that's hunting for you, proper Argentinian style. Oh, this is brilliant. Just absolutely love it. So hopefully there's some more out there.
So you've used that rifle within...
Yeah, well, I'm quite hard with rifles. My view is that they're working tools. So, and this being a synthetic stock as well, and the inserts, to me it is it's designed for this type of work. You know, there's mud in amongst the magazine. You know, it's got up in there. I've got ants in there at the moment. But to me that's what they're designed to do. And also the optics as well. You know, they're quite hard, rugged optics, and that's what they are for, really. You look at this barrel here; it's just filthy. But hey, I don't mind that. We'll take it back tonight and give it a clean, and it's ready to go again. But that's, to me, what rifle is really designed to do. It is actually a working tool. It's a hunting tool. We get very precious about these very expensive rifles. They got to get out there and do the work, and this is what it's all about. And that's the type of hunting I really enjoy doing. It's just getting out there, close and personal with nature and with hunting, really. So that's my passion.
I can't take you seriously with the hat on.
Do you like it? I don't know whether I should be dressed to the left or to the right. Which is better, do you think? Is that better?
Equally good.
Is it equally good, or do I go back? This is the Coriantha style is actually dressed back a wee bit.
You look a bit street, though.
So, did I a bit street? Oh, I don't. I've got a little mallet there or something. Those were the days. Yeah.
We saddle up, and within an hour the dogs are on another. This one is much bigger.
Lower. Can you see it? There. Next to the post.
Yeah, I can see it. Yes, moving that way. Yeah.
Again, we abandon the horses and head off on foot. Fear of confronting a bad-tempered boar doesn't register. The thrill of the chase does.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
See if you can put it.
Ready?
Go.
Yeah, he's the other side. He's on the other side. You see it in the water.
You're swimming.
It was half in the water.
Yeah.
So I try to hit it there if I can.
I think the dogs will pick up the same time.
yeah, it swam.
That was a big one.
It was, and it just went off the other side there. So.
The shot must have lost its energy when it struck the water. Our first day on the horses leaves us feeling a little saddle sore, but it's worth it and is right up there as one of the best.
These muscles ache, my arse muscles ache. Oh dear. And how long are we going for? 4 hours.
Carlos is currently putting a plan together to offer this hunt, together with options for doves, water buffalo and axis deer. If you're interested in any of these, please drop an email to tim@rucksackandrifle.co.uk and we will forward your details. In the next episode, we get bright skies and enjoy other modes of Argentinian hunting transport. What an adventure! And David, Tim showing us the 5 Ps there. Preparation prevents pony poor performance. We'll have more from Tim in Argentina over the coming weeks. In the meantime, we have a Harkila Curvo rucksack to give away. If you fancy being in with a chance to win one, please put Harkila rucksack either under the link on Facebook or in the comments below. Right, from Zorro to My Little Pony, and David's here with the Fieldsports Channel news stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. The alt-left on the National Trust is continuing its campaign against hunting with a new move to try and ban trail hunting on its land. One of them, anti-hunting celebrity Ranulph Fiennes, calls trail hunting despicable. 50 National Trust members are endorsing a motion to revoke all trail hunting licences. The vote takes place at the Trust's AGM in October. PETA is in the same trouble as the UK's RSPCA. The US animal rights group has apologised for taking a girl's pet chihuahua and putting it down. It has paid out $49,000 in damages to settle a lawsuit after it seized a dog called Maya, which belonged to 9-year-old Cynthia Zarati. With red stag stalking getting underway in Scotland, the spotlight is once again on Lyme disease. England international rugby player Matt Dawson has revealed he's had to have heart surgery after a tick bite. He was bitten by a tick in a London park early last year and contracted the disease. The World Cup winner, who has 77 caps for England, is trying to raise awareness of the condition. After multiple heart operations and 18 months of treatment, he no longer has Lyme. An Australian deer farmer has put up a $10,000 reward after 2 of his prize bucks were killed by poachers. Riverina Pig Hunting and Fishing is offering the reward for information leading to the conviction of what it calls the lowlife, spineless person or persons who under the cover of fog and darkness let themselves into an enclosure on Birdwood Venison's deer farm in South Australia and slaughtered 2 animals. Australian taxidermists are on the lookout for the heads. A wild boar hunting agent is holding a raffle to support Help for Heroes. You can enter the 2017 Big Boar Draw on this hunting page on Facebook. The winner goes on a 3-day driven boar hunt in Croatia, including flights. We stay with hunting helping injured service personnel and veterans. Texas Hunters for Heroes is holding a charity dove hunt in September. The branch says they're dedicated to assisting our country's veterans by introducing them to the joys of hunting, fishing and the great outdoors. For more information, go to texashuntersforheroes.org. And finally, bear numbers are booming in Scandinavia. Finnish hunting clubs have received permits to hunt 255 bears during this year's hunting season, which begins on Sunday. It's up 72 permits on last year, thanks to a flourishing bear population. Estimates by the Natural Resources Institute of Finland indicate a big growth, with a population that now stands at just over 1,700 adults. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.
Thank you, David. Now, with the game season up and running, we need to sharpen our skills. World champion Ben Husthwaite is here to talk us through a driven target.
Over you go. Beautiful shot. Let it come through the gun. Fantastic, in the middle. We're just trying not to get that hand to move until the clays come through, so it's more of a swing through technique. If Nikki's gun's here, what people tend to do is they see the clay come and they set the barrels early. Now we've got the wrong speed. Our gun is going to be slower than what we are shooting. What I'm looking for from Nikki here is to find our hold point. Our eyes will go through the gun, so our eyes are going to go back to the tower, and I don't want her to move until the expression I'm saying is let the clay through the gun. What I mean by that is let the clay come through the barrel, see it clear the wrong side of the gun before she then swings through and applies whatever lead she's predetermined.
So this is a very different target to the ones we've shot already.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about changing cartridges at this point?
Not really. I mean, I've shot the Game Boar brand for 23 years, so I've got confidence in all their brands. I've got a mixture in my pocket actually, and it will surprise some people. I've got, you know, their signature load, the black gold, but also when I'm giving lessons, I use a lot of the Velocity as well, which is their entry level shell, which is still a fantastic shell on a lesson. It's low recoil, hard hitting, so it's quite a competitive load to use while lessons. But you know, if you put me in a competitive moment, I'm always going to go for the signature load, the Dark Storm, and just where my confidence is. But you know, if everybody's out there wants to try some shells, you've got a mixture of two there, but don't shy away from these as well. They're an excellent entry level cartridge.
So you wouldn't mix up at all during a shoot?
I mix shot sizes, I don't mix cartridges. So, you know, my go-to is the Dark Storm, but I do shoot 8s and 7s as well. So I've got a mixture. I usually 8s in my right pocket, 7s in my left.
Okay, for this, you would use what?
I'd use an 8. I can see the belly of it quite nicely. You know, it's going to come over. I can see it, 35 yards above me when I take the shot, and that Dark Storm 8 will turn that inside out. Pull! Pull! What you will notice, I've shot that gun down. I've shot quite a lot of these other targets before, quite close to my shoulder. I'm not an advocate of gun down. I want to get the gun as close to my shoulder as I can to allow a variable. Here I've got a lot of time. And what I want to do on a driven target, you'll notice I actually mount with my right hand on this target. So you'll see the barrels dip under the bird and then rotate. So a driven target, whether it be clay or game, and I use the same technique for our feathered friends as well, whether it's just a clay or not. So I'm going to start with my weight on my front foot, gun down. My right hand will mount the gun to create a dip, and then when I swing, I'm going to transfer weight. I'm going to transfer weight onto my back foot, but not just a lazy shot onto my back foot. It's legs, and then the hip will push. So the final movement comes from the hips pushing forward, which is going to put me in front of the target. My lead's not going to come from my arms. It's all going to be, you know, biomechanics and body movement and understanding how to create that kick through the bird.
Can you just compare the two movements with your hand then you were talking about? So this one is different. Can you show me?
So if I was going to shoot a crossing target from a gun down position, as I called pull, my left hand will dictate the mount. It will take me onto the line of the bird. The mount's complete, and I'll rotate this way. When I'm going to shoot a driven bird, I'll be up here, and as I call pull, my right hand will bring the gun up. The barrels will dip under the bird. That creates a swing through technique, and then I'll come through the line to my lead. If it was a game day, obviously a pheasant speeds up and a clay slows down. Nothing's going to change in the technique. The only thing that's going to change is the speed that I will move at and the forward allowance, but the technique will stay the same.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Nikki. Now, to the rest of the world of hunting and shooting on YouTube, it is Hunting YouTube. This is Hunting YouTube, which aims to show the best hunting and shooting videos that YouTube has to offer. Waikaru Moana is out on tribal lands in New Zealand after fallow deer. This is a head and a neck shot with a 308 and a 270. And I learned Kia ora means good day. Polish channel Potrick81 shows how to call roebucks in the rut. He takes a 7-year-old buck at the end of the rut. These are images from Vattenland TV's Roebuck Rut 2017, both in the Carpathian lowlands and the Karavanks mountains. Jonas Breda in Sweden has a new series out. In episode 1, he joins a shooter called Hedda in the high seat for her first wild boar. To the west coast of the USA for a Californian boar. West Coast Predator Hunting Channel promises it's a giant. Feral cats are a problem for Australia's native wildlife. Tony Gillihan's channel TG Outdoors shoots a feral cat and, at a remarkable 370 yards, a fallow doe. Then a steep climb to retrieve it. Viewer Rob Brown sends in Jackrabbit Wars 2017 full season. This comes from Idaho in the USA on a channel called The Idahoan Show. And finally, with the glorious 12th heralding the start of the UK grouse season, viewer Nelson Freeman sends in a comprehensive video of how ruffed grouse and American woodcock are hunted in the USA. That's it for this week. I've put all these films into a playlist for you. Click on the I symbol top right or check this film's description. If you have a YouTube film you would like us to pop into the weekly top 8, email me the link, charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv. Well, that's it for this week. If you haven't done so already, please pop over to our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can click to like us on Facebook, you can follow us on Twitter, you can subscribe to us on YouTube, and you can pop your email address into our register page, and we'll contact you about this show, Field Sports Britain. It's out 7 PM UK time every Wednesday, and this has been Field Sports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.